Hello, my name is CJ, and today's tutorial is going to be for Sage 100, how to export your reports, and also the export options you have available to you. As you can see, I already have an inventory report exported for me right now. I just ran it before this video, as it usually takes a while to run because it's pulling data from multiple tables. This is just the items with bins and 3-month history, so it just helps the warehouse allocate bins, the popular warehouse report, and that's why I'm using this as the example. However, this tutorial applies to any reports you're exporting in Sage. So let's just start off with the export button. As you'll see in the upper left hand corner, there is this button called export report. It looks like a stack of papers with a little arrow bending 90 degrees. You'll see in other parts of Sage it always means to export. You have, of course, your print report, copy, toggle parameter panel, toggle group trees, go to first page, go to previous page, go to next page, go to last page, go to page number. You can enter whatever you want. If you want to go to 50, 70, doesn't matter. And it takes you to that page. But we want to be on page 1. You can find text on the page, DR 22330-12, and it'll find the next time it pops up. Oops. 223 DR 22330-12. There we go. And as you'll see, it's going to find where it finds it on the document, if it's anywhere on the document. And last but not least is just the page zoom. But we are concerned with exporting the report, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, before we do that, you get brought up to the export window, and you have 2 parameters you have to select from. Number 1 is the format of the report, so how you want it to export. And the next place is the destination, where you want it to go. Now, this is a binary decision. It's either disk or application. All disk means is that it's going to export to your file explorer. Just skip through this really quick, and you can pick where you want it to save, your C drive, public drive, doesn't matter. Application, on the other hand, means that it'll boot to the default application based on the file type. So if you're exporting a PDF and Adobe Reader happens to be your default program, it's going to launch Adobe Reader with this report already loaded up. All this does is prevent you from having to save the file. Obviously, you can save it later once you're in the application, but this is helpful if you don't want to save the report, if you're running it constantly and just wanted to get a quick glance at it. Now, of course, you have other formats to do the same thing. If you do an application to Excel, it'll launch Microsoft Excel, to Microsoft Word, it'll launch Microsoft Word, etc., etc. Now, speaking of the format, you obviously have different report formats to choose from. You have PDF, the RPT-R format is for crystal reports. Most users won't need to use this, so I'm not going to spend time on it. You have the Microsoft Excel exports, which, of course, if you did an application, will go to Excel. Microsoft Word, rich text, CSV, which is just comma separated values report. You may need this one. You have the tab separated, text, XML. I won't go over these as much, as you'll mostly be using Adobe, Word, or Excel. So 97 2003 just means the older versions of Microsoft Excel and Word. And data only, I'll kind of go over this, is important. So data only versus non-data only exports, is just like for these, for example. The difference is that this report that I currently have highlighted, this will export how the report looks. So you're not going to see the grid lines like you will in a data only export. It's going to look very much so like this, and depending on the report, it'll either export clean in the columns and rows, or it may get a little funky depending on when the report was made and how it was created. So I prefer data only exports. Specifically, I use this one, the Microsoft Excel Workbook data only. The reason I do this is that it's usually exports cleaner and makes it easier to manipulate documents or reports once you get it in. Imagine this is a values only, essentially pasting values only in an Excel document. This is basically the equivalent of that. It just takes the values here and puts them into the Excel spreadsheet. So we are going to choose this as a data only. Unfortunately, my application is having issues right now. It's not Sage issue, it's computer specific. You all will not have this issue, but so for now I'm going to do a disk export. Now you'll be brought to the Excel format options. Don't worry about this. This usually only apply to advanced users. This just gives you more flexibility with how you want the report to export. And I'm just going to save it to my OneDrive. And I run this report a lot, so I'm just going to overwrite my existing file. And there it is. Beautiful. And here we are. We're now brought to our report. You can see that there's actually all these breaks, and you may be wondering why on this specific report these are here. It's because my coworker Sandy, or our coworker Sandy, set up the report, so there are page breaks. And those page breaks are represented by this line, or line breaks, sorry, not page breaks. And all that is this on the report, is the break. So if you want to get rid of these breaks, it's very simple. Let's just delete the header because I'm not worried about that. And I'm just going to do a quick sort. And sort by item code. And get rid of the page numbers. I'm not worried about that. The only thing that may still be in the report is the file name. There we go. See if you can see it's at the bottom. So I'm just going to delete that. Otherwise, it'll cause your column A to look ugly. Now, if you wanted to sort for a bin, for example, you just do a sort and filter, custom sort, and go by bin. And this will be, since we have numbers and text, you just have to pick how you want to sort. So anything that looks like a number is a number. And there you go. And you have now successfully exported a report from Sage.